and it's that time of evening when we get to the proceedings. You are now tuned into another episode of Talking Ish with my boys. I am your host. Who is that? Please don't let that be me.
It is.
That's not me, but we're going to start all over.
You the only one pushing buttons.
Kevin Whitfield, a.k.a. K-Dub, the podcast villain. And around the table, we have the usual suspects. But shout out to Nicole Nikki Nelm. She's on location doing a movie somewhere. So shout out to our homegirl, Nicole. We'll see you when you get back.
Yes.
On the wheels of steel tonight, in place of Nicole, keeping it real, is our homegirl, Shani Shan, in the building. Go and shout out your show. Go and shout out your show and tell them what awards you up for. I'm going to let you get a second in. Come on now.
Okay. So my show is every Thursday. It's called One Step Closer, every Thursday at 1 p.m. And I am nominated for Best New Podcast and also Best Producer and Best Engineer.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You better shout us out on your show. I just gave you some grace.
For sure, you're right on. You know we always love you on our
And next up, a man who needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway. Mm-hmm. He goes by the professional gentleman of leisure, my boy, Mr. Reg in the building.
What's good? What's good? Peace. Welcome back, everybody.
What's up with you, my guy?
Another week. You already know. To the money. To the money.
Never a day off, huh?
Never a day off.
All right. And next up, the motherfucking pit bull in a skirt. She gets on my nerve, and she's too close to me. Literally, y'all can't see it. Give it up for the Asian asshole herself, Crochet in the building.
I'll touch you.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Hi, y'all.
That's it. That's it. How y'all?
The fuck?
Okay. And we have a very, very, very special guest in the building. Mm-hmm. Now, y'all know me. I'm not moved by too many things, okay? Not too many things. But I want y'all to give it up for a good friend of mine and a man whose words mean everything to me. And I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about that. He don't want to be called this, but give it up for the Honorable Judge Bruce Morrow in the building, please.
Oh, listen to the applause. Yeah. It always makes me smile. It's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
People.
Thank you. I want to thank you for taking time out your busy schedule. We done talked about this for several years, and I sprung it on you at the last minute, and you are here. So tell us a little bit about what you got going on these days.
Oh, man. I retired about 3 years ago after serving almost 30 years on that bench.
Right.
And what a privilege. It was just an amazing journey to get there. This is an opportunity for me to thank everybody that did whatever they did to help me hold down that job, to help me hold down what I believe my purpose was, being called to that position, and for everything that was good that happened to me. So shout out to all of those beautiful
Round
people.
of applause for that. I thank you for that. That's beautiful.
Incredible.
So how's retirement? What do you do?
Retirement took a form of trying to find, or not actually trying to find, because I knew the organizations that I wanted to contribute to after I left the bench.
Okay.
So shout out to American Red Cross and Habitat for Humanity, two places that I volunteer, doing what I think is God's work also, and to all my softball team members.
Oh, you're a softball player.
Yep, something I got into, and to all the personnel at Adam Butzel Recreation Center.
Is that on Linden?
Yes, it is.
See, I'm old school. I remember Butzel on Verner.
Yep.
I'm an East Side coach, so that's when you say Verner, I thought about that one. Okay.
A lot of good people there that, take care of whatever I need. I swim there. I just talk with my folks there.
That's good.
Just a beautiful place.
Every time I see you busy or out and about just living life. You know what I'm saying?
Still trying to get to the prisons from time to time.
Yeah,
to do a little speaking. Yeah.
I'm going to tell people about that. So listen, y'all, this is near and dear to me. I want to talk to y'all real quick. So I always share with them my incarceration. And I don't even know where to start.
From the beginning.
Okay. When I first got sentenced, of course, I'm like any man, any human, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's in front of me. I'm scared. Not scared of no man, but it's human to fear the unknown. So I'm in there And I think of course, when you get locked up, you go to Jackson first. You go to quarantine, then they house you. So they sent me to Michigan Reformatory. So they sent me to one of the worst prisons in the state. They call that Gladiator School. It looked like an old castle with a white wall. Am I lying, Judge? It looks like an old castle with like a 30-foot wall around it, an old cement wall. Like
What's it called?
Michigan Reformatory. It's in Ionia, Michigan.
That sounds like
so. Listen, it's literally Gladiator School. They do a lot of stabbing in there, killing in there, right? So people do whatever they can do to get out their cell for just to get a breather, right? So I have been in there maybe 3 or 4 months. So I look on the board. It's a call out. They say Judge Bruce Morrow is coming to talk to the prisoners. So I didn't want to hear what he had to say. I'm not gonna lie. I just wanted to get out that cell, right? So I go in there, and he's in there with everybody, speaking like a professor, speaking to just hundreds of men, right? And I think it was that year they were overcrowded, and they were talking about letting nonviolent guys go. So he was talking, and he was just, when I saw him, he was just a regular person. I went from just wanting to get out the cell to enjoying the conversation. He read a few Bible scriptures to us. He just talked like he was like a big brother or a father, just like, okay, you did wrong, but don't let it define you, right? I was so intrigued, I said, I'm going to look him up when I got home, right? So did my time, come home, I see him in my ear, right? And I said, hey, and he looked. And I know judges carry guns, right? I know they carry guns.
You know what you found out.
Yeah, no. My auntie was dating a judge, and they would always carry because.
Why you telling her business?
Forget her, she's slut. Anyway, listen. Judges carry guns because it's like they might see somebody that they sentenced before, right? So I say, I don't want to startle them. You got your throwaway on you? So what are you doing?
It's called an equipment malfunction.
Anyway, so I didn't want to startle him because he looked like, who are you, right? So I said, hey, my name is Kevin Whitfield, and I was incarcerated and you came to speak. You know what I'm saying? He gave me the biggest hug. He didn't shun me like, oh, okay, well, you be good or whatever. Like, he gave me the biggest, he embraced me. You know what I'm saying? That conversation went from that to gave me his personal number. You were still on the bench at the time. Mm-hmm. He said, anytime you want to come down here and kick it or whatever, we can kick it, whatever. So I remember one time, I don't think you remember this, you were in your chambers. The day that I did call, he didn't forget me. I think your secretary was like, well, he's busy, Kevin Whitfield. And you said, no, let me talk to him. He took the call, and that made me feel good. You know what I'm saying? And from that day, he said, you know what? There's a lot going on down here. Gave me his personal number. So we started corresponding after that. And after that, I noticed that he was always going back to the prisons. So I didn't know if he had a program or, he was being funded. But this man, he goes back to the prisons out 2 or 3 times a month on his own dime. He's the last time I talked to you, went to Kinross, right? Mm-hmm. How far is Kinross? I'm a driver, so I
far
know.
As hell.
400 miles. Man.
So what's that, 6-hour ride? 6 hours? So 6 hours there.
What state is that in?
That's here.
Oh, okay, here. Like up north. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
He got to go over the bridge.
The upper part of the middle.
On his own dime. On his own dime to go see some prisoners who really don't care.
Yeah.
Like on a room of 500 men, 3 or 4 of them might get it. Let's be honest. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But to have that in your heart, that makes the world of difference to me, man, for real. So I salute you for that. I'm going to forever be in your debt for that because what you did, you changed me. Because I was so angry when I first went, and that's why guys get out and they go back because they don't have nobody like you to reach them. They get out and they still hold that anger in them because prison don't teach you anything.
Teach you how to be a better criminal.
They don't give you programs anymore. They give you assault of offenders if you did something to somebody. You got to take that to get parole. But you can't better yourself. No degrees. No trades in there. They'll give your ass a mop and a bucket. That's it. That's it. Agriculture is just something there. It's nothing to make you. She said my mom and dad used to do prison ministry. What's up, Carlicia?
What up, Carlicia? Hey, Booski.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that, man. What's up, Rich? Talking. What's that? Balling with Rich, my guy. Mm-hmm. But I just wanted to share that, man. You really made a difference in my life in the direction of the things that I know that I want to do. So let's get to tonight's show. Can we put the topic up, please?
Shoot, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have met you.
Is that right? Shut up. Okay, the topic tonight is justice or just us. Now, this is a 3-part segue. We did last week about the divorce rate in the black community. We have the highest divorce rate of any other ethnic group. And, of course, tonight we're talking about incarceration. We're, 13% of the population? But we're
incarceration or justice period?
Over 50% of black men are incarcerated.
Of course. So that means 1 in every 3 black men will go to prison in their life. So I want to ask y'all a question. Do y'all think it's systematic or it's just us making bad decisions?
Which we going, from here down or down there?
Anybody to grab it, jump on it.
I think it's systematic.
Do you?
Because to me, for one, the justice system starts out in the field with police officers.
Okay.
And unfortunately, policing now, I'm not going to say years ago, because years ago it was different, but policing now is emotional.
Okay.
But let me take that back. For the last 15 years, it's been emotional.
Okay.
Then you got to throw in the aspects of racial. You got to throw in the economics of it and things like that. So with those, and that's just in the last 15, 20 years, that's systematic. Like, officers sit here and see a person based on how they dressed or they color and assume the car, all of that stuff. Nowadays, it's to me too much emotion involved when it comes to law enforcement. Before, we had a lot of things that we had to go on. We had how you move, where you're at, what you're doing, things like that. Now it's not like that.
What's the difference?
That I feel bullshit. Like, and I'm saying this because I've been. And for y'all that don't know, it was gonna come out. I've been in law enforcement 24 years, and
she the damn police.
Yeah, the fuzz.
Damn law.
And seeing how law enforcement was done when I first came on versus how it is done now, and of course, you know, when I first came on, they wanted to say, oh, you know, the police is this, the police is that, and yes, it wasn't perfect. But here in Detroit, I'm not going to speak for anywhere else in the country. Here in Detroit, our law enforcement was very different. And it was different, for one, and I don't care how people feel about what I say, more officers looked like us than they do now. And we took care of our neighborhoods because we lived in those neighborhoods.
Yeah, I think things started going awry when they were able to move out to the suburbs.
When they took the residency away and made it not open to everybody, but open to everybody. It's like, how do you police people that you don't understand, don't culturally live around, didn't grow up around? This ain't your arena. And not saying that's 100% an issue, but that's a big part of it.
It is.
You know, like I'm a 2nd generation police officer, and my dad we lived in the city. We lived in a precinct that he worked in. At one point when I first got on, I lived in the precinct that I worked in.
And you know the benefits from that? You can see a kid and they know you. Didn't I tell you not to do that again? Or, you know,
I'm going to talk to your mama.
Yeah, like give you a good example. Like, things have changed so bad. Like, one day I was driving and I seen a little girl walking and crying, right? I couldn't pull over and say, hey, what's wrong with you? You need a ride or something like that, because then I'm going to look like I'm on something. You know what I'm saying? So you're right. When a police officer lives in the neighborhood, you know those people. You know them one-on-one. You know them personally. And you become one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to think, during my wrongdoing days, I would never invited you to be a part of, because I respect what you did. You understand what I'm saying? So, and not to say I was a career criminal out there, y'all. I just made a few bad mistakes.
Bad choices.
But you understand what I'm saying? When you police, like, you got family members. I'm sure some of them ain't shit. But anyway, you know what I'm saying is being a police officer is a job. Some people take it to the extremes. You know what I'm saying?
People think you being an officer is what you are, not what you do. And like I've said it my whole career. This what I do. This is not who I am.
Right.
Trust me, because
Right.
when I die, I'm not gonna die in my uniform and be sitting here, oh my goodness, I didn't do all of this in my career. No.
Carlisha said she remember when you graduated, I guess you came in there with that big ass gun from a police academy. What was they giving y'all, the 30-year specials?
Nah, we had
That dirty hair.
Nah, we had just transitioned over to the Glocks a couple years before that. But
Okay.
I mean, the bad part is, in all honesty, and she can attest to it, a lot of people I grew up with and all of that, when I became a police officer, they was like, huh? Her? Because either I was in trouble or I was just not that kid. I was rebellious. Me fitting that mold of being an officer, no.
So did it make you an understanding officer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So Judge, I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Sitting on that bench, and you got a docket in front of you, and this person got a rap sheet, and you know you got to do what you do. I know you're a compassionate man. What goes through your mind? What has went through your mind when you know you got a state mandate that says no, you can't make that decision. They got to go. What goes through your mind and your heart?
What a question to ask me about
I'm deep like that.
Right.
I'm deep like
about
that.
mandatory sentence.
Right.
So what I saw in my career is more and more and more the legislature putting in the sentence for the crime.
Okay.
Once upon a time, they just trusted judges to decide what kind of penalty that they were going to apply to this particular situation.
Right.
It is my suspicion that most of those judges were pretty homogeneous. Where they thought the same, they lived the same, and their attitude towards groups of people were pretty similar.
Okay.
So once the complexion and the gender of the judges started changing, they became uncertain as to whether black judges thought the same as white judges in imposing sentences.
Okay.
And so the legislation was more white, and so they were like, oh, well, we're going to determine what the sentence is and take the discretion away from the judges. And so more and more and more, the discretion on sentencing was taken away, and so it became, for this crime, this had to be the sentence. You didn't have any discretion. And so I always felt that, the system is systemically racist, and this is the response that they did to when the faces of judges became blacker and browner, and when they became in transition from male to female. They're like, okay, we have to figure out a way. And then they brought in sentencing guidelines.
Okay.
Because they're, but sentencing guidelines help predict how many people are coming to prison every year.
Yeah, it's a numbers game.
Right.
It's a numbers game.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they want to keep the prisons full.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so,
Because they're privately owned.
or the people that they're employing, they want to keep employed.
Crime.
And so you see where most of the prisons were until Ryan and Mound.
Right.
There were no prisons inside, Huron Valley,
Right.
but no prisons inside of Detroit or Wayne County.
Yep.
And they said that they made those prisons so that those prisoners could be visited by their friends and loved ones, because there are studies to show that the more frequent the contact is with the outside, the
Change
better
the attitude.
Absolutely, and
Right.
the behavior.
And a lot of people that were getting incarcerated that were sent to far places, their family was unable to get to them. They couldn't make that transit to Port Huron, Huron Valley, or anywhere else.
Right. When I was a member of Fellowship Chapel, when it was James Wadsworth was the pastor.
Oh, McNichols.
Right. We had a ministry, prison ministry, where once a month the church would rent a bus and take family members to one of the prisons up north and let them visit it and come back. So, there were ways that we got around it, but primarily you would be sent to nowheres, man, as a punishment and isolated from your family.
So, what I was saying was, is it system or is it us? I think it's both, because you know what you're up against as a black man, but sometimes, and I'm speaking for myself, nobody else, survival mode, it make you say, yeah, I know what I'm up against, but I got to do what I got to do. That's a young mentality.
Penny wise, pound foolish.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, and I've always been a person of, no matter what your circumstance or situation, there's always a choice.
It is.
The choice that might be the best for you.
Somebody say you're a rebel. Who's that?
He the fucking police.
He the police. Of course you're a rebel. You have nothing but police on here. But your friend said something, too. I'm going to read that after you.
But I think when it comes to choice, choice is not, good choices are not always comfortable. So I think when people choose the life or choose to pick a crime or they choose to go that direction, it's a little more comfortable than it would be to take the right road. Because the right road is usually pretty rocky, given a lot of black men and women's children's situation.
I disagree.
Why not?
I disagree. Nobody wants to do wrong.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you want to. I'm saying, like, if you're forced between the choice of, okay, I could go out here and sell dope and make $500 a day to feed, I'm just picking a number,
What is that?
$500 a day, and help my mom
5,000.
feed my 6 other siblings.
Okay.
But I'm watching my mom go to a job where she's only making $50 a day.
Are y'all hungry? I mean, our engineer over there eating wings and shit. Y'all
Did you
hungry?
bring enough for everybody?
I mean, we have guests. We have company.
It look good too.
Yeah. You hear the judge? I just
Look, she gonna have to lick her fingers.
right.
She get fingers across the table.
She getting beside herself. Well, go ahead, Crow. I have to mess with Shotty. I have to get her.
Oh yeah, get
I
her.
have to get her.
But I mean, you and like I told you, I'm one of those people. I'm very empathetic to what people's situation is. Like, that's a hard choice for a 13, 14, 15-year-old boy.
Especially if you're hungry.
That's what I'm saying. You watching your mom only make $50 a day. Out of that $50, she got to spend $20 of it to get y'all to school
I
and her to
understand your
work.
concept, but
So
your numbers
it is-
are off. Kev, that's not
I'm
true.
not
People choose
picking-
to do wrong every day. That's what I said, Mark. Shout out to my dope boy, Mark, my homeboy.
No, this is bad for people that just choose to do wrong, that do dumb shit like rape,
No.
robbing, and pillaging. Then you deserve what you get.
But no, I agree.
Period.
Listen. Some crimes I don't have no sympathy for.
Yeah.
You go in there and kill everybody because you want to break in their house and they was home. You a dumb motherfucker. Lock them up.
Did
you
you
know what
hear
I'm saying?
about that one? Was it here? I don't know. But it was three teenage boys broke in a house,
Oh yeah.
and the homeowner ended up killing them.
Oh yeah, shout out to him. He did what he was supposed. But the
This
parents
is
mad
bad
at
right.
him.
The family suing me.
Yeah, they suing them. I feel bad for the family because they lost kids, but at the same time, do you know where your children are?
But guess what?
And what are y'all doing out
But
at
guess
4 o'clock
what?
in the morning at
Those
13,
kids,
14
somebody's
years
house.
old?
listen. I'm gonna tell y'all something too. I don't feel sorry for those children.
I feel
Because-
sorry for their parents.
Exactly, because those kids didn't just go knock on the door and kick a door in. They
plotted and planned that.
They were masked up. They had their walkie-talkies. You know what I'm saying? They had on all black.
There was a plot and a plan to that.
They planned, plot, and strategized.
But it's the bad part. You clearly didn't plot and plan enough where you knew enough to look and watch where you was about to break into to see if that person carried a pistol.
So listen, but back to what I was saying about crime. All crimes aren't
They're not
done
equal.
by. They're not equal. Thank you for that. They're not done by foolish people. Somebody can do road rage. You can be on your. Anybody can go to prison. Let me say that.
But-
It could be road rage. It could be a crime of
But
passion.
road rage is a choice
No.
of stupidity.
It's not. It's
Yes,
not.
it is.
You don't know where that person's temperament is that day.
Man,
you could have caught your husband in the bed with another woman and got to go somewhere. You ain't really taking it
Okay,
out
but
on
what
them.
is that? But what does that have to do with you?
I
Still
understand.
going to prison.
You can't
You
do
already
that,
said
and
still
that's
going to
a,
prison.
like,
Exactly.
like that's what I say about choices.
Exactly.
Like when people sit here, when you make a choice of necessity, I get it. When you make a choice out of anger, when you make a choice to break in somebody's house. Now, mind you, I don't know them kids' parents. I'm going to assume this is assumption. But you clearly are not hungry because you wasn't skinny and frail. You not naked because you got clothes on and you had enough money to buy walkie-talkies and all the other bullshit. So it's like, okay, so this was a choice. When you choose to do shit like that, whatever the consequences and outcomes, that's on you.
I agree.
Necessity versus choice, then you just choosing to rape somebody.
But I think people misconstruing what I said. My boy Mark said everybody has a choice. That is, but sometimes people don't count the cost. They don't understand that, okay, this choice that I'm making going down this road can lead me here, dead or in jail. But I'm hungry now. But I have no clothes now. You understand what I'm saying?
But even with those, I can't say nobody. Some, not all. Some, not all, pick a choice to sell dope to make money for their family, or
critical thinking is crucial, Kev. We have to think outside of our feelings. Being in your feelings for 30 seconds can, what is it at the bottom of that? Can cost you 30 years.
And
those
are those snap judgments that I'm talking about to commit a crime. Like when Kevin said road rage. Okay, you know how many times a day somebody either flips me off or cuts me off. Or my thing is, if you pull up behind me and I can't see your headlights, that means you too close.
Listen,
I don't mind testing my brakes on you.
Everybody.
But I'm not about to turn around with my pistol and be like, ugh.
Everybody is different, and some people don't think. And listen, I always question, why do guys get out of jail and go right back, right? Because some people don't think. They don't think. And again, I wasn't ready to give up a life of crime. Like I said, that man right there changed my whole thought process. You understand what I'm saying? That's why he's here. Everybody in here knows me. Y'all ain't heard me say nothing good about nobody but Michael Jackson and Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is this man made an influence. He had an impact on me, and I stand by that. But prison is not... It should be two forms of prison. That lifer who killed the baby and raped the old lady, give him the bare necessities. Just keep him breathing. But that kid who did something and he still got a life to live when he gets out, he needs some training.
But what's the something?
Wait a minute. He needs training, educate him so he doesn't repeat the cycle again. That's why I say it's systematic.
And see, that the bad part is crime is...
The economy.
Crime is... It's like fruits and vegetables all over the world. It's so many different crimes that can happen. It just... And the situations can go in 50 different directions. Now, when you get a kid, like, what's them two brothers that killed their parents?
The Menendez. We don't want to talk about no white crime.
I don't care if they... White, black, brown, pink, purple. Okay, we'll say brown. If you get a young boy at 15, 14, who kills somebody, should you treat him the same as an adult? Or should you say, hey, you know what? Let's figure out what's wrong with him and then
They just repealed that juvenile life for law, too. They just did that. And I know men who committed crimes at 15 and did 30, 40, and 50 years. Hey, can we go to a video, please? Yes. Eating that chick.
Black people are only 13% of the population, yet they commit 55% of the murders. Why?
Because black people tend to be in lower economic statuses because of
Okay, no, this
CRT.
is fine. This is great.
Basically,
so you think that poverty equals crime?
I think that it's highly correlated, and there's a lot of studies
This is where
on
we
that.
disagree. What an insult to the working poor of this country.
So why do you think black people commit more crime,
Well, first of
Charlie
all,
Kirk?
let me ask you a question as my answer.
Go on.
What percentage of blacks have a father around when they're raised?
I'm not sure.
20%.
So that's why you
80%
think
of
it
blacks
is.
do not have a stable father around. It is the most predictable way to end up in prison, end up as a murderer or a criminal.
And why
It's
do
not a
you think that's
racism
a problem?
It's not a white supremacy problem. It's a fact that black fathers impregnate women and they don't stay around with the women
And
that they have
why,
impregnated.
Charlie Kirk, do you think that happens more in the black community compared to others?
It's threefold. Number one, we subsidize single motherhood. Number two, it's culture. It's accepted in the black community, and it shouldn't be.
So it's culture. Okay.
Don't take my
I
word
see.
for it. Read Thomas Sowell's own book on how black culture allows single motherhood to continue into a nanny state type practice. 75% of black youth are raised without a father in the home. 75%. Is that a bigger problem or not a bigger problem than whiteness, white privilege, or white supremacy?
That's my question. What's the percentage of white people that's on welfare now?
I don't know, but I know that we was just talking. That system was created.
I know they're the highest.
Yeah, they always have been.
But listen, that
But
video.
they promote us first.
The reason I posted and wanted to share that video was because his numbers was off. First of all,
Very
But
off.
second, that is how the other color think about us. They raise their kids to think, oh, black people are monsters. They are this, they are that. You can say all you want to, but at the end of the day, the average white person, especially an older white person, they are fear of us because of stereotypes, systematic stereotypes. I seen a white man fall off his bike one day, right? And me and my friends were looking at him, and he was like, you niggers. I'm sorry I'm saying that on podcasting. And something said, go help him up. I went and helped him up.
Why?
He said, thank you. He was scared. He probably been around all these years, and that was...
So wait a minute.
What?
He was yelling niggers and you went to go help him and he wasn't afraid of your ass?
He was on the ground. He was...
So?
And this the police talking.
Hey, look, first off, you got one opportunity to call me a nigga.
He was an old man.
I don't give a fuck.
But hold on, let me finish. This is Kevin after prison. The Kevin before prison and Bruce Morrow, I would have been like, fuck you, let him lay there. But at the end of the day, that's you think different. I'm not the same person I was years ago.
The person before Shay was a cop would have drug his bike from up under him.
So what would you have done, Reg?
The person after now would still drag his bike from under him.
I wanna ask the judge a couple of things. Number one, do you have or have to have a short memory when you pass down sentencing on certain men or men, period? Like, do you think like
he sentenced women too?
I
probably gave that man too much time or too little a time. You ever wish you could take?
Do I have second thoughts about sentencing? Because I'm human, the answer is yes.
Okay.
But the way that I try to organize my head at sentencing time was designed to take my humanness out of it.
Right.
So that my biases wouldn't be displayed in my sentencing. Mm. First of all, I believe that every action has consequences.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that people need to be responsible for the decisions that they make, period.
No matter what.
Right. You can choose in your hunger to die of hunger or to rob somebody. Mm-hmm. My thing is, prepare the casket. Mm-hmm. It does not justify you imposing your will on somebody else because of your personal situation, and whether it's financial, whether it's whatever it is. Now, I know that the mind doesn't get as developed the older you get, but we still got old fools.
Right.
So I think there's always going to be some crime. I mean, first recorded crime in the Bible was homicide.
Cain and Abel.
And we didn't hear that one was abused by his mama or his daddy, or wasn't fed or got beat or was treated differently. What we know is two-family household, no existence of poverty that we know of, no mistreating, and look at that.
Yeah.
Jealousy between one sibling and the other. Yeah. Right. And you just have to be held responsible for having your emotions in check. Now, where does it come from? Sure, we learned it in the house, we learned it in church, and we learned it in education. And so we used to have three systems that used to work together to help us develop. Mm-hmm. Okay, so once you start skipping a lot of school and this truancy thing becomes an issue, you weaken that.
Right.
Yep.
Once your parents say, well, I didn't like my mama making me go to church, so I'm going to give my children an option whether they want to go to church or not, because, I didn't like being forced to. Right. Okay, so you eliminate that, and then You got issues in the house, drug addiction, alcoholism, emotional problems, or, fighting parents or one parents or whatever. And so you now have 3 systems that used to help with this development.
Okay.
All now not functioning as they're supposed to function. That kid is going to be crazy, period. I don't care what neighborhood they're in.
Right.
You can't be your best
What's
self.
up, Jake?
Lack of structure.
Right.
So I got a question for you, and I always wanted to ask you this. What made you want to start going to the prisons to speak? What touched you, just said, I want to, and when did you start doing it?
Well, I used to go to the prisons when I was a lawyer.
Okay.
So this was just a continuation of that.
Okay.
But I wanted my legacy to be Bruce Morrow loves these people.
Yeah.
He loves people. So my responsibility wasn't just to sentence them to prison, but I saw it as a continuation of relationship that just happened to start off on the bad foot. But it was my belief, Kevin, that everybody that was in front of me was sent there by God.
Okay.
For me to do something with them according to his will. So that's the way I saw everybody that came in front. And I'm not going to mistreat God's people.
Okay. Somebody else.
Real quick, we got a couple questions. So, Carlisha said, can you all please explain the difference between jail and prison? Because some folks don't understand. Very true. And
You can.
what the difference between jail?
Jail is
and
somewhere you
prison?
might go for the night. Prison is somewhere you may
No.
go for.
Jail's a nickname.
That's it. Jail is where you go for what you do that you might end up in front of the judge. Prison is where you go after you see the judge.
After they done made their decision.
That part.
But-
is,
Okay, let me
it's
correct
very
that
big
real
difference.
quick.
Go ahead.
Because you can be sentenced to jail and you can be sentenced to prison.
I did.
You can only go to prison if your sentence is a year
Or more.
You can only
Right.
be in the county jail a year.
Yeah.
up to a year. But a judge
Yeah.
can send you to jail.
Well,
they do that in the 36th district.
The
court.
DDNC is only going to keep you for 72 hours.
So listen, back
That
to
is
when
it.
y'all heard him quote a scripture, right? Now listen, I'm going back to when I was locked up. So when he got the call that he was coming and everybody was going to see him, now I'm housed with these men. I'm talking about murderers, killers, everybody. Just prison is the devil's nest, right? When I went into that, mean he store everybody there. So when I went into that gym,
I'm just trying
and
to get past what he said.
But when I went into that gym and he was speaking and he had the Bible in his hand, but the way he read the Bible, he would give us the term, the biblical term, but then he'll break it down so they could understand it in the streets. And like, I'm looking at these guys. Now, I'm not into him yet, into the situation. I just want to get out the cell, right? So I'm like, man, this is some bullshit, man. What is he talking about, right? But every man in there, right, was like a kid. You know how the teacher would read to him? And they was into it, right? And I said, damn, he got control of this, right? Some guys talking, shh, shut up. Other guy, be quiet. You know what I'm saying? And he was funny, and everybody looked back to him. So I think that's God. Because again, when you leave, they just back killing each other again. But you know, I'm serious. But at that moment, they were free.
Yeah, it's,
At that moment.
I was gonna say,
and it's
at that
it's
moment.
a twofold because some people don't even have family members to come see them. And you take the time to come see. What Von B. Thornton said, it's a culture perpetuated high crime. The crime on Von and Joy Road is higher from 7 Mile and Mile than culture. What did it say after that?
Different for many reasons.
Yeah. I can see that because it might be a gang situation on Vaughn and Joy. 7 Mile and Mile, it could be just some kids.
First off, Vaughn and Joy is a hop, skip, and a jump from what, Exit 9? So yeah.
Yeah, what you doing on that part of the time?
Who?
Nothing.
What you was doing over there?
Talking to him.
Yeah.
Exit 9?
That owl on your shoulder. Who?
First off, I worked on the west side my whole career.
So what?
I used to hang out at the fire station right there at Exit 9, yeah.
Oh, because you were over that, what's that
The
on
old
Livernois?
Herman Garden.
Oh, number 8?
That's number 8.
You talking about the Grand River 6 Mile?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a picture
Or
of
you
you in
talking
one of
about
them
Plymouth
police
and
stations.
Warwick? Number 10.
You look like Usher on there.
No, I don't. I had red dreads.
Yeah,
What are you
but I'm just
talking
saying,
about?
if you take the face, you're like Usher. Hey, can we go to another video?
You look like a turtle.
I don't care. I don't care.
See what he does.
I'm gonna get
to
back
the
with you
judge.
after that.
See how he did.
I went to prison for attempt murder. And I'm gonna tell that black man something right now on this channel. Black man, you only did what you did to me because you are a product of your environment. Somebody told you to rob me. You was conditioned to rob me. You saw me making money, but I'm a product of that too. Because that same environment told me it was okay to sell crack in my community. That same environment told me it was okay to shoot you 6 times because you robbed me. Black man, I apologize for that. I apologize for that. Because I was influenced by the same things that influenced you. We both were products. We both lost in that situation. You got hindered by my gun violence. I went to prison for 10 years. Both of our families felt with that. Because for the longest, I gloated off being able to hit you. And I know for the longest, you had a situation with me. Black man, I apologize to you for that. And I'm gonna go a little further. To the queen who set me up, you know who you are. I forgive you. Because you was in survival mode too. You seen a young dude making a whole lot of money and you thought about a come up. I forgive you, I ain't even tripping. I'm in a different season of my life. So I ain't judging nobody that's going through it, but I understand the same system that programmed me is the same system that programmed you. The same system that fed me the poison is the same system that fed you the poison. And so I apologize to you, black man, and I forgive you, queen, because you ain't even know no better.
What I love about that is, if we all thought like that, it wouldn't be no repeat offenders. Because you have to own it. You have to, I was angry when I first went to jail. I blamed everybody except me. You understand what I'm saying? I had, such and such won't write me, fuck them, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I had to realize I put myself there. And him being on the other side of it, he's taking major accountability. He's forgiving a female that set him up.
Yes, but at the same time, do you know what that is?
Keep going.
That's the Willie Lynch syndrome. That's what that is. That crabs in a barrel. Oh, because what he said, he was making money, this, that, and the other. So they saw him, blah, blah, blah. He dealt with old boy, but now they're trying to get him back. That's that, well, now you're doing better than me, so I'm going to reach up and pull you down.
That's
that crab in the barrel.
That's not
stuff.
crabs in the barrel. What he's saying is we're all, regardless to what we're doing, we're all a part of the same systematic system. Yeah, I was getting money out here, and you thought the best way for you to come up is to rob me and take what I got.
That's crabs in a barrel.
Okay, but
if
now
you're on top of me, if I drag you down and take your spot, that's crabs in a barrel. Because if you ever watch crawfish in a pot or in a bucket, you literally see them doing this the whole time. They're pulling somebody else down to get on top.
I just hate the crabs in the barrel mentality, because crabs in the barrel mentality can be a competitive nature. But what I'm saying is
that's not competitive.
Yes, it is. In the streets, it's competitive.
How are you competing at a race you can't win?
You don't think like that when you out there, though.
Show me one person that you can name that has won at that game.
I know a lot of people, but I'm not going to name them. I know a lot of people.
When I say one, I mean you ain't lost no family. You haven't lost, yourself. You haven't lost being able to be out in society. You haven't lost none of you.
Everybody, listen. I can't name people. You don't do that to people.
I'm not asking you to just.
Man was getting 50 keys.
I'm not asking you to say a whole damn name, but I'm saying, literally, that's not a game that you can play and live it your whole life without no repercussions. It's just not.
It's repercussions. Life gonna always life. Period. Life gonna always life. It's people out here who play the game and has won it. Actually, black people are the only ethnic group that can't hustle and be successful at it.
I don't think they would say that they won.
Okay.
They got out and they're alive.
Okay, that's a way. Listen,
that's different.
They survived their own hustle.
Right. That's different.
But
like you can't stay in it.
And no disrespect to one of y'all never hustled. Hustling is basically this. You try one too many times, you're gonna crap out. That's it. Like you say, you gotta know, you have to say, damn, I got this, I had nothing, let me get out now. But the average person, the money's coming so quick and so good, another one. Then it's a matter of time before you get knocked. Okay, or somebody try to rob you, so.
But isn't that what he's saying? Like you sitting up here playing craps with your life. Like when you in that life, I don't care if it's robbing people, robbing banks, selling dope, none of that. That is not a longevity life.
It's not.
Period.
It's not.
At all whatsoever.
It's not. But a drug dealer does not look at the longevity. He doesn't count up the cost.
And that's
he doesn't
the
count up the
problem.
cost. I just told y'all, listen, anybody that ever sold drugs, you go from being hungry to getting over to getting by to getting money. That's the stages of it.
You think it can't be just hungry. There are young kids
That's just a
that
metaphor.
aren't hungry.
That's just a metaphor.
That envy somebody else's materialism.
I agree. And they want it.
Right. And
I just say that's a metaphor. Hungry could be stomach or hungry for what they see somebody else have. That's what I'm saying.
Because it's kids that come from good families that are
true. That's true. So, but at the end of the day, whether y'all believe it or not, the war on drugs is killing itself. Because of fentanyl. The cartel done fucked around and made something that everybody afraid of. I know guys who still hustle. You can't sell heroin. You can't sell crack because the dope fiends, they don't want that. They want fentanyl now.
But at the same time, the bad part is that, like, we remember the crack era, the heroin era. Like, at one point, they was kicking it up to the point where people shooting up one time and they done. Now it's like
that's fentanyl.
Like literally,
people don't want regular
so
drugs.
it's not. But at the same time, it's not even a situation of I'm ingesting it on purpose. You got motherfuckers sitting up here picking up regular shit and not intending to ingest it, but because it's ingested through skin contact. Period.
The mist of it can kill you.
Right. So it's like. Motherfuckers is now getting them heads is now scared.
Yeah, but
and when they wasn't scared about shit,
they're not.
Say them hate.
Listen,
and trust me, I done ran into a few of them that's like shit. I'm
not getting off subject, and I'm gonna take it back to where we going with it. They don't care when we sell each other's drugs. They don't care. The system, the systematic system, the other color, they don't care when we sell each other drugs. But when their children start ODing, listen, but when their children start ODing and things like that, Mark said the sad part about selling drugs is that we know the game is rigged, yet we still play it. That's true. I just said that. But what's the guy who was played Archie Bunker, O'Connor, what's his name?
Carol
O'Connor.
Yeah.
He got a bill that'll get a nigga, get you locked up forever ever. He got a bill passed that the family can go to the police and tell, I know the dealer that sold my child the drugs that made them OD. I know a guy in Monroe County got 30 years because a guy died off his pack. You understand what I'm saying?
But should he not?
Wayne County does that.
Wayne County, but nobody was enforcing it like they were doing it out there.
But should they not?
But
no, I have no dog in the fight.
But have they gone after the gun manufacturer? They knew that the gun was going to go to the wrong hand to kill somebody. And
but this is the bad part. I can sit here and give you a gun and not give you bullets. But I'm sitting here giving you a pack of dope that I know can kill 8 ox.
But hold on. You can give him that bag of dope and he can go throw it away.
Okay, that's on him.
But
that's on him.
So why not giving him the gun, not be on you?
Because, okay, if that's the case, then why ever hold a police officer responsible?
That's a different show.
No, it's not.
That's a different show.
No, it's not. It's the same thing.
Yes, that's definitely
no, it's not. It's the same thing. If somebody sits here and carjacks you, and I chase the person that carjacked you, and they end up in an accident and kill themselves, why are you going to come for me? You're the one that carjacked somebody.
The same reason the police can be chasing somebody. Hold on. The laws are fucked up is what I'm saying. The same reason the police can be chasing 2 young men in a car and one of them can die, the other one is going to get charged with his murder. It's both messed up.
Should.
Why?
And should.
Why?
The one in the car with him?
Wait. But you shouldn't get charged with chasing.
No.
Why?
Because your ass shouldn't have been out here rape, robbing, and pillaging and stealing cars.
Listen.
Miss me.
Listen. The laws are fucked up, and it's not. This conversation is not going to change it.
You should hold a person committing the crime, the initial crime, accountable. Like, you know how many people I've sat up here and I've gone to where they're at. Mm-hmm. Oh, I just got robbed. By who?
So should the police?
This female. What she take? She took all the crack out of my pockets.
So should the police be held to a separate set of rules? Is that what you're saying?
What does that have to do?
I'm asking you a question. You took it there. Should y'all be held to a different set of rules?
No.
Okay, good. Can we go to another video? I just don't want to hear what you said. That's all.
That's because you ain't shit.
I didn't want to hear it. Hear that bullshit.
Hey there, today I want to talk about something that isn't just history. It's affecting lives right now. The 13th Amendment. You see, it abolished slavery, but there's a catch. It allows for involuntary servitude as punishment for a crime. Now think about this. Black men and women are disproportionately locked up in America. Police cars, handcuffs, prison cells. This is a familiar scene for many African Americans. It's not just numbers, it's lives. The same crime, but different outcomes based on race. How is that justice? We talk about the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, but African Americans live the 13th Amendment every day. For some, it's 20, 30, 40 years of their lives. But why should we care? Because it's not just an African American issue. It's a human issue. When one group is oppressed, society as a whole suffers. We have to change that clause in the 13th Amendment. It's time to end this modern day slavery. So what can you do? Educate yourself. Speak up. Contact your representatives. Demand change. Because every voice counts. And together, we can rewrite history. Thanks for watching. And stay woke.
I want to talk about that video, but before that, put the comment up that Tyrone Campbell said. That's for you, Crow.
So, does she think the police in Warren should be charged with the murder of
the guys,
them two guys who was going home, and the police was speeding with no lights on? Okay, so the bad part is your question is missing some pertinent information. They were speeding with no lights on for what reason?
No reason. Go ahead.
What was the reason?
No reason.
If they were okay, so on assumption, if they were literally just flying for no reason, which trust me, I've seen it, and they blew through a light, and I'm sorry, I don't care if you're a Warren cop and you my friend, y'all have a bad habit of doing ratchet bullshit. It is what it is. If they were flying, no lights, no sirens, and they were not going to an emergency run or going to a burglary in progress, and I mean like bending the corner to it where you had to cut out lights and sirens, you wrong. And mind you, there are situations. Just because I am the police don't mean that I give the police grace. I don't.
Well said.
Because
well said.
You are human. And if you make a human decision to do dumb shit that, for one, you know is against policy, or you just choose not to stop, like it takes a split second to slam on the brakes to make sure nothing is coming.
Okay.
So it, like, to me, is no excuse.
Okay, you answered that question. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Let's deal with what Mark said real quick. You don't want to read that? I hate that it come up and it's a book and we have to yada yada yada.
See, they'll lock us up for selling drugs, but when Oliver North
and the CIA
got caught bringing drugs to the hood, ooh, shit.
He done went deep. Talking about
to the hood, none of them went to prison. That's the whole Freeway Ricky Ross and Snowfall thing. They actually let the plug tell on who he was selling to, and on top of that, they gave him a government informant job. Okay, this is the bad part. Boo Boo Kitty, you, for one, you talking about the government. The government from day one has set up the black community to fail.
I agree.
On every level.
I agree.
And the Black Panther Party.
And make them money while doing it.
Yeah, and make them money while doing it. And to sit here Hey, look, y'all, don't laugh. Got your ass. To sit here.
They ain't gonna people know we got flies in the studio and shit.
No, that was a gannat, a big one. But the government has sat here and always felt like the black community was beneath.
No, they don't feel. They don't make us feel.
No. I said they feel like we are beneath. But when we are here, then they do any and everything to diminish that, bring it down, destroy all of that. We sit up here, we have Black Bottom, kill it.
Black
What's
Wall
that?
Street.
What's the park in New York? That was all black owned. That was all black everything. Destroyed it.
Sugar. What you call it, Judge?
Central Park.
Central Park.
Central Park.
Okay.
That was all black everything.
Didn't Diana Ross do a free concert there? Okay, I remember that. Okay.
But at the same time, are you going to destroy your biggest moneymaker?
We are their biggest money maker.
Exactly.
We're the economy.
Exactly. So are you going to destroy it, or are you just going to keep that motherfucker under thumb?
They're gonna handicap
keep it
us.
under thumb.
They're gonna handicap us.
You are going to make that section of people feel like, hey, the menial shit is important. Lace fronts, nails, cars,
and listen,
bullshit.
Everything that you're naming is attached to crime, because for those who can't get it, they want it, and they'll do anything to acquire it. Right?
Anything
so
to get
anything that's flashy or anything that's famous, if a person don't have the mind to get it the right way, they're gonna try to shoot their shot to get it the wrong way. So that's why when you go to courts, you see nothing but us. Even when we out there, well, over here.
Oh no!
All you see is us.
No. It's not just out there that you just see us. You see them too.
No, they're sprinkled in there.
When you see them and you listen to what they've done and what their conviction is, and then what their sentence is, but then you see someone of our color, that same situation.
But what happens is
they get almost 5 to 10 times.
But here's where the game come in.
Worse.
You're right. But that's why they got sentencing guidelines. Because Dakota or Dallas, this is probably his first time doing the same thing you done did 2 or 3 different times. You know what I'm saying? Then what they'll do is listen.
But even if you got a 1 and a 1, then what?
But listen.
So why is it different?
It's still a game, because that 1 and a 1, he might have never been a felon. He got a gun, but he committed a crime. You a felon in commission. I'm just telling you.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you have a 1 and a 1, these are exactly the same people, and they are of 2 different colors.
But when it's a 1 and a 1, listen to what I'm saying. When it's a 1 and a 1, the system starts to play into the favor of the other person who's never been in trouble. It starts to play in the favor of the person who...
No, that's what you're missing. When I say a 1 and a 1, I mean y'all are exactly the same. Neither side has been in trouble.
They would
Neither
never,
side, both sides.
They never make it like that.
But that's what I'm saying. I literally watched it happen, where it's like, oh, okay, I see this little brown boy, and he's done the same thing as this little white boy. But the little white boy, he's sitting here eating McDonald's and all the other shit in the back room, but the little black boy is sitting over in the corner hoping for water.
Okay.
Like, that's what it is. That's the balance.
Judge, I want to ask you a question. Now, are the sentencing guidelines different for each state, or is it like a countrywide thing?
That's a county thing.
It's different.
I can't answer that question. I don't know how each state does theirs, but I know in Michigan, the sentencing guidelines are the same for everybody.
It's different.
Okay, so what would you say what do you think why certain sentences are passed down for X amount of years versus a lower amount for pretty much the same crime?
The sentencing guidelines, I think, were designed to try to eliminate bias. But at the same time, when you have discretion in it, you're asking people to use your own bias in areas where you can use discretion.
Yep.
And everybody feels differently. I mean, there was a couple situations where I would sentence a person to what I believe was appropriate within my discretion.
Okay.
And the Court of Appeals, 3 judges in a different panel would say, oh,
that wasn't enough time.
Was out of Morrow was out of his mind.
Yeah.
What I seen them come at you years ago saying you weren't
multiple times
that you weren't tough on crime.
Yeah.
When did that start? Where did that stem from? Was that when you was up for re-election in 2016? You won that though, right?
Oh, after I became judge, I was reelected
Right.
4 different
I was
times.
gonna say a few
But I
different
remember
times.
somebody running against you was saying that
Right. Well-
he's not tough on crime and
But you know,
Just
with the
campaign-
moniker
just
that
campaign
people
smear.
call me, set 'em loose, Bruce.
Right.
What does that imply?
Right,
That I
right.
don't want to hold people responsible.
right.
But this
When-
is the bad part. What does tough on crime mean? Like, are you going to? Are you gonna
He tried to
give?
give you some dap earlier, but you didn't see it.
I didn't see it because I was probably looking at your ugly ass.
Right.
But like tough on.
Some of
And,
that,
and
but
your answer is correct because it's
Yeah.
subjective. What
It's
does
very
tough look
subjective.
like?
Right.
When we demonstrate tough love in our home,
Right.
what does that look like? We ain't
Right.
whooping everybody with a 2x4
Right.
for tough love.
Right.
right.
Like the funny part is, I equate law enforcement and the judicial system with adult daycare. Like, it's like adult daycare because you got this one little kid that's bad as fuck, just bad as fuck, and
Me?
like you just Miles,
Come on.
but you have
be
to
professional.
shut up. You have to give him what you give him.
Right.
But then you have this other little kid, he's fucking up a little bit. And you deal with him, but then you got the parent of the badass kid. Oh my goodness, why aren't you treating that kid the same way? That's society. Why aren't you treating my kid the way that you treated this
So
kid?
let me just interrupt. There is a concept in the criminal justice system and in this world that is called grace.
Yes.
And that is why everybody isn't treated the same.
Got you.
I mean, just like we don't come with the same abilities, God gives us all different gifts.
Right.
You know, I tell people, you do not want justice in the criminal division. What you really want
Is
is
grace.
grace. Because don't nobody want to be held responsible
Right.
for what they did.
Right.
You know, we always want less for
Right.
what we did, and then mercy, it protects us from
Got you.
those kind of things that we do. And,
Got
and
you.
to
Because
me,
it don't matter what the sentence is, a motherfucker always gonna think that was too much.
Yeah.
Right.
You get
You
put
always
in
gonna
jail,
think that.
they're like, oh man.
right, one
They
day
always
is
gonna
too
think that.
much.
Right.
1,000 isn't enough.
Right.
Right,
Shiny,
right.
where we at? Two.
I use that word
you know,
a lot. Like
right.
everybody is looking for that level of grace.
Right, we are. And there are some judges that don't use it. There are judges that use it. There are
Overuse
judges
it.
that underuse it.
Overuse it, underuse
But it's
it, both use it.
discretionary.
Got you.
Which means that it's not supposed. I don't treat my children the same.
Got you.
I treat them fairly, but not equally.
I never heard no parents say that out in the open.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, hey, that's the
Right,
truth.
that's
Well,
the one
nah,
that,
I
that's the
told
one
you.
that doesn't do that work.
I told you I got my favorite.
Right.
Right.
So listen, y'all. Great show. I want to thank you, man. For real, this means a lot to me. Seriously.
I'm happy to be here
My
with
guy.
you
You gonna
all.
come back
guy.
to
Yeah,
us?
no,
my
I
guy.
am. This is
Yes.
an invitation.
So listen.
And some wings.
Yeah, for real.
Listen, y'all, this was a great show. And I want to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. And I forgot to say in the beginning of the show, we are now on YouTube. We are on YouTube live as we speak, so we don't have to worry about no other bullshit. So I'll be manning that page. Crow will be managing with the TikTok page.
And Shatika will be in the
Red to be
house.
hold down podcast for us. And I want to thank Shani and Joy for plugging me in with the YouTube because I was lost and they did it. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So again, great show. Thank you, Bruce, for coming on.
My pleasure.
My man, as always. And we'll see y'all next week on Talking H with my boys. Peace.
See y'all then. Deuces.